So welcome back to the Beast Game Podcast, and this is going to be a review for The Titan, which is a movie that was on Netflix, and it's directed by Leonard Ruff. The writer is Mac Hurwitz. It stars Sam Worthington, who is Mr. Nobody as far as acting is concerned, Taylor Schilling, and Tom Wilkinson. The synopsis is a military family takes part in a groundbreaking experiment of genetic evolution and space exploration. So, just to give a small synopsis on this, the Earth is experiencing environmental disasters, natural disasters, overpopulation.
Yeah, it's overpopulation mostly.
Instead of what a normal science fiction movie would do, which is, hey, well, we want to start terraforming planets, or if this was Star Trek, let's go find an M-class planet. They want to make suitable humans for those planets. Sam Worthington is just one of the people in this program, and that's kind of where we'll stop. So, Keith, what did you think of The Titan?
Sam Worthington, he just kind of astounds me. He can act and play these roles so seriously when you know the script is just such a piece of shit. I mean, this movie fucking sucked. I can't even describe how bad this fucking movie was. This movie was fucking terrible. Like, the entire premise is ridiculous. You engineer humans to live on a moon around Saturn. How do you even come up with something like that stupid?
Yeah.
So the whole concept is, rather than terraform a planet, you make the goal to save the human race is to send them to a planet that has an atmosphere. The only other planet on in the solar system that has an atmosphere that is so far away from the sun, it's never warm. It has a methane atmosphere. Like, what the fuck? How do you even contemplate that? It makes no sense. That's not even a plan or even an idea. I mean, at that point, you might as well just off yourself if that's the only option. So they go through this whole mess. They start transforming themselves. And the hilarious part is they're still living with their families and their spouses. And so what happens if they start getting it on and they start having kids? Are they going to have hybrid Titan monkeys or something? It made no sense. At one point, I would say the first maybe 30 minutes of the movie, I can suspend my disbelief and just watch this movie and just see what's going on with it, maybe get a feel for it and everything. And I was like, all right, this is something look interesting. Some bad stuff's happening. And then the ultimate transformation happens. And what happens is that they can only communicate by ultrasonic frequencies and touch.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So let me just jump in for a second. A lot of the stuff in this movie is highly implausible. So there's one scene in the movie where Sam Worthington is undergoing some type of experiment. So that, again, trying to recondition humans. But what happens is that he starts turning into more or less a fish that you were talking about, where they're all of a sudden saying that they communicate with ultrasonic frequencies. I'm like, how do you even arrive to that? And it was only maybe a scene before that he was still human. And then all of a sudden he's in the chair getting an injection. The next scene is him basically being a fish with webbed hands. I'm like, how do you even get to that? I don't even understand. Acting is very bland. Maybe it's just a TV episode wrapped up into an hour and a half movie. Taylor Schilling and the wife was unnecessary. The later third of the movie is just awful. And another thing that I would really like is the ban love from all science fiction movies. Because for one reason or another, Sam Worthington's character is, well, if you change the man or change the person into a monster, what is left of the person? Since he's changing and now can't communicate, he's on a different plane of existence, but he still loves his wife. And that's the whole arc of that later third of the movie. And then Tom Wilkinson, his bad guy angle just happens so rapidly. You know that he's maybe not being truthful with everyone, but then it's just like, oh yeah, kill them all. Kill them. What the heck happened? How did we even get here? But the story's just bland. So to wrap this up, Keith, what score would you give? Or do you have any other comments about this movie, this piece of garbage?
I refuse to give it a score. My only comment is that I'll give it points in that it held my attention long enough.
Yeah.
I watched the entire movie.
Yeah, because I thought something was going to actually happen.
Yes. And I will give it that much. So I won't hate on that too much. Sam Worthington, I don't understand, man. The guy showed some promise. I mean, I actually liked him in Clash of the Titans.
I like the first one. First one.
Terminator. Like
No.
I even like them Terminator Salvation.
No.
I like them in Avatar, and I'm just like, what's going on, dude? What happened to you? I mean, he's not working out. He's not keeping himself in shape. I'm like, come on, dude. You can bring yourself back from all this. Don't just take anything. You know, you can just do one movie a year, like one movie every 2 years. That's fine, man. All right. You don't need the money that much. You know, God damn. I mean, you got Avatar coming out.
Yeah.
Right?
I will say this, that I can understand why this went to Netflix. Why Netflix decided to buy this is beyond me. Because this is subpar science fiction. There's not any version of a script or story for this that could be interesting. What's the score, Keith? What's your score?
I finished the movie. So per my rules, if I can finish the movie, it gets at least a 2. Gets that much if I can finish the movie. And for, like I said, the first 30 minutes were halfway decent. So I'm going to give this a 3.5. Thought about it, you know, even just to kind of shake my head and disgust at how stupid the premise was. Who the fuck volunteers to transform themselves into a fucking alien?
Correct. It's like, well, we don't know what's going to happen to them
by themselves.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, is that there's other recruits in this program, and people are falling left and right, passing out, bleeding to death, and Sam Worthington, I'm going to do this for my family.
So what, you got to transfer your family into that shit? Like, get the fuck out of here. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. But I'm going to give this a 2, and kind of for the same reasons. It's just bad science fiction, and Netflix needs to stop with some of these movies. I can understand when they were trying to make this whole big push into, hey, well, we're no longer just doing DVDs. We have original content. Somebody needs to be in the room to say, no, hey, I watched this movie. Let's not do this. Just because you have volume on Netflix doesn't equate to quality. And that's a Peace Game Podcast.